Hello, my name is Jim Erlinson. This is my presentation on intimate partner violence. It involves repeated pattern of behaviors used by one partner against another to exert power. This can be physical harm, threats, intimidation, isolation, and many other things. It's not always physical violence, but often is. Certain demographics are more likely to experience this, such as females. It has a high prevalence in the United States. It has high lifetime exposure. There's history of underreporting, and it has a higher impact on specific groups. Since the 1950s, it has changed quite a bit. Today, there's greater recognition of this. There's expanded definitions of the abuse, and things that were socially acceptable in the 1950s, it may not necessarily be today. There's also improved awareness. It affects families, and it changes families. There's emotional and psychological effects. There are impacts, of course, on children that witness this, and there's economic and structural changes. When looking at the Christian worldview, or how religion and intimate partner violence are connected, religious involvement can be protective, but it's not always protective. Sometimes it's happening within a church or it's covered up, but it is likely that there's less for someone if they're part of a church family and connected to that. They seem to be a little more protected, according to data. And there's also the thought of religious influence, that people are going to be taught within the Christian worldview that it's wrong and that they shouldn't be an aggressor in this, and it goes against Bible principles. There are obstacles for Christian. They could worry about reporting because it could damage their Christian witness. It has a spiritual harm on survivors. Maybe they wonder why God's not protecting them or why it's happening to them. There's a moral responsibility and accountability that comes with Christians that they have to others within the faith. When we look at the role of the family influence is there on abuse and protection. Sometimes families are willing to conceal this, but they're also the same people that have the best opportunity to stand in the gap and to stand up for it. And then it's important to recognize that children are impacted by this, of course. It also has an impact on society in general. There's a public health impact that's far-reaching. There's the cost on the economy for whether it's medical cost or counseling or law enforcement, and then the impact on children, as a whole throughout the community.